Ah. Para que suelte la boca, güey.
What's up, guys? Jonathan here, and
Christian.
he's
and
back.
I'm back, and this is the Legacy Table without
The table.
the table. Yeah. I'm back. I admit it. I'm alive.
Yeah. Literally, you guys know he was the one that gave him Mencho up.
I stirred the pot over there. I give him up. No, don't say that, because then you never know. No, I mean, for those of you who don't know, my hometown is Guadalajara. And if you're up to date with the news, I mean, I'm sure you've heard all the crazy stuff that's happening over there. I left right on time. I left 3 days before everything.
Well, it happened on Friday, and you left Wednesday, right?
It happened Sunday, and I came back Thursday. Yeah, well, everything happened Saturday night.
Yeah.
Saturday night, late at night, and then all hell broke loose that night to Sunday morning. So, and originally I was going to stay until Sunday. Until Sunday. But I had a wedding that I was going to work on Friday. So we came back, a day before that to make it on time. So I left right on time, and thank God, because otherwise, I mean, the flights got canceled. Things are back to normal, I think.
Yeah.
Now it's been almost a week, but still, it would have been scary to be out there. And
Definitely. It was weird waking up Sunday morning and seeing all the chaos.
But
and then we got the phone calls, because it was weird, because it was just me and my wife spending time together. And then Jamie called us. She's like, "Do you guys see what's happening?" And I'm like, "What's happening?" And check TikTok, and I'm like, "Wow." That's where I go for my news now.
It's funny because I had a friend of mine. His dad is from Guadalajara, and they live here. And he reached out to me. He's like, "Dude, are you back from Mexico?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" I thought he was gonna ask me "Hey, can you bring me something or something along those lines?" I was like, "Well, how things are kind of bad over there." And I was like, up until now, I didn't know anything of what was going on. I'm like, "No, man, every time I go, it's always super chill. Yeah,
nothing's going on.
No, people always tell me all this is going on, and I never get to see anything." And then shortly after is when I saw all that, and I'm like, "Holy moly!" And I'm like, "All right, now I know what you were talking about." But no, thankfully all good. But I will say, I think the news still, they kind of make things bigger than they are.
Oh, definitely. And now you got to be really careful, because not only that, you got AI now.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the thing.
So, the plane that they lit on fire, all that
Supposedly.
stuff is fake.
Yeah, it was not real, guys.
Yeah,
but
don't believe it.
Yeah, no, that's another thing, because, I mean, talking to my family and, friends in Mexico, they were like, "Oh, yeah, things are okay now." They sounded more calm, and they were making it sound like, "Oh, no, things are open again."
Yeah.
And I think,
I think things remained closed for one day.
Yeah.
Monday, everything was closed. And then Tuesday, everything was
and I think
back
it was
to normal.
just to, be safe.
Just in case.
But for what I know, and I think my Tia was telling me this, which makes sense, all that stuff started happening because they thought when they capture him, that because they were going to move him to Mexico City to then send him to the U.S.
To expedite him.
Yeah, so they were doing all that so they can free him. Kind of like what happened with El Chapo.
Yep. Yeah.
Or the son, right? It was
El Chapito. Oh, I guess it was with both.
But they let him go.
Yeah.
After all that stuff that they did. But then once they realized that he was dead,
they just stopped.
Yeah, because it's makes no sense.
But this is because we were talking about conspiracy theories. What was it, Tuesday?
Yeah.
And you were talking about a guy you listened to, and what are the odds that not only the big head, the cartel boss, got taken out,
second in command,
second, third, and I think it was 3 of the heads, right?
Yeah.
Afterwards,
Yeah.
So it's second in command, third in command, fourth in command, all out.
Yeah, and the thing is that what they were saying. So the conspiracy theory behind it is that the Mexican government killed him on purpose on the way to Mexico City, because if he gets to the U.S., he was gonna open his mouth and
rat on all the government.
Yeah, a lot of government people were going to be in danger. So who knows? Another one, I was watching another video that was saying that Mencho has been dead for a year. They already had, this was just a show that the government put up. But, and then there's
Do you really think so, though?
I mean, no one has seen him. I do see it, some of their arguments that they make of this looks like this was kind of a
staging.
Yeah, it was already staged. I'm like, I mean, yeah, I can see their point of view.
Maybe,
it
yeah.
makes kind of sense.
Because then everybody was like, oh, the CJNG is killing people. They're burning everything up. But if you really looked at all the videos, they're making sure the people got out of their vehicles.
Yeah, they're not doing anything to civilians.
No.
So
it was just to stir up a riot, I guess, to let go of their boss.
Yeah.
If, depending who you want to believe and what story you want to roll with.
But I will tell you, like, everyone, like, people that I know in Mexico that are into politics and stuff, it's just inevitable to not, like, the cartels are involved with the, like, it's going to take a lot for politicians to come and clean. Like, the cartel has their hands everywhere in Mexico.
Yep.
Whether we like it or not, they're the ones that run the show. A new politician comes, especially like on a smaller scale, like a small towns, you know, the not necessarily like president, governors, but like more like on a small.
You're talking about like mayors and stuff like this.
Like when they come into, they have to adjust to what's going around.
Yep.
Like one person is not going to change everything. So
yeah, no,
it's sad, but it's the truth.
Depends, right? Because everybody was talking about, so my family's from El Salvador, and everybody's like, man, why can't it be like Bukele shows up and builds a maximum security prison and goes to war against all the gangers or the gangsters out there, right? All the gangs and everything.
The gangers, that's a new word.
The gangers. Hell yeah. Sorry, guys, my nose is super stuffy, and I hate it because it doesn't let me think.
He's sick.
Nope. It's just the nose, the sinuses. But then Mexico's so... I feel like the same thing can happen. It's just really got to take someone who's willing to risk everything.
Clean the house.
Yeah, willing to risk everything.
Like a president that goes after every governor.
First, because that's what he did first. Is he went after every governor first and every corrupt person in the government.
How many states are in El Salvador?
14, I think.
Yeah. And I think that's the difficult part.
I might be lying. Yeah.
Because Mexico is 32.
You guys are going to judge me, and that's okay.
Yeah. He doesn't know his heritage, so.
It's because I can't remember. It's because over there, there's departments. I guess you can call them states.
Yeah. But I think the difference is that in Mexico, the population is, like, bigger. So it does take, like, it's going to take more than one person. Like, it has to come someone really committed. And one thing in Mexico is that presidents are not willing to make big changes because the results will not show up during their term. Yep. It always, like, it's a cycle. Like, if they do something, they probably won't see the results until, like, 5 to 10 years. In Mexico, the terms are 6 years. They cannot reelect. So they're like, all right, why am I going to do something that I'm not going to get the credit for? Plus, when you add all the, you know, the cartels.
Well, you can't re-elect over there?
No, Mexico has it, that no re-election. Huh. It's a one-time term, and that's it. So it makes it even tougher because, you know, if they're looking at, oh, it's going to take 10 years, screw that, I'm not going to do it.
But then look at, I guess this is also something that throws me off, because when you start looking at the shows, right, like El Chapo, Narcos Mexico, Narcos in Colombia, like, how do they get all this information about how many people and who's all involved? Why? Because it's already come out.
Yeah,
everybody already knows. Yeah, it's public.
I mean, I don't know. You might laugh, but I've never seen one of those shows.
Really?
It doesn't catch my attention. I don't
They're
know
really
why.
good.
Like,
They're
I've
really
seen
good.
some shorts and like in social media and stuff, but I don't think
really
it's
good.
a show that I
Check
would
it out.
like sit and watch.
Narcos Mexico was really good. El de Pablo Escobar, that one was really good as well.
I've seen shorts of that, yeah. I mean, I
El
think
Chapo was good, and then they got boring after he got captured, like, and expedited here.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think it's not.
El Señor de los Cielos
I'm short
was
of
good.
time.
Yeah.
That I wish I had the time, but with the kids, it's just like.
You can still watch it when
it's
you
hard.
want.
No,
Right now with my wife.
Here's the thing. I think for me is once I see a little bit of free time, like I said, it hardly ever happens. Is like, what do? Do I work on my photography? Do I take a nap? Do I play video games? And it's just like you're just overthinking. You end up doing the usual? You just keep going with your day. I have a hard time.
It depends, because like for me and my wife, like now I'm rewatching The Rookie with her.
That's a good one.
It's easy because she'll watch it at work. Like we'll be doing and I'll be the same. Like if I'm in the office, I'll play it in the background because I always have to have something in the background. It's got to be music, whatever it is. So it's like I'll just listen to the show and hear it.
How many hours? Maybe that's a question for the audience. How many hours a week do you watch TV?
Watch it?
Yeah. Like, what would you say is like, all right, I'm watching TV on a weekly basis?
An hour a day, maybe. Like after Omar's asleep, my wife and I will sit down and we'll watch like a show for an hour.
Okay.
Like an episode before we pass out.
Okay. So like 7 hours a week. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about you guys? Well, I feel like that now with social media and our phones, everything being, now I feel like it's changed. You know, the TV used to be the entertainment. Like, you know, now the entertainment is literally
TikTok.
In your hands.
Or if you watch The Rookie, it's called Clip Talk.
Yeah, I think for me,
Reels, Facebook. It depends because our group chat keeps blowing up.
yeah, I have a hard time catching up sometimes. I'm like, man, especially when I was in Mexico, I was not paying attention to that group chat. And then I was like, man, I got all kinds of catching up to do. And Austin.
You can never catch up.
No.
You can never catch up.
No.
If you miss a day, it's like it's over. It's game over. Might as well just restart from that day.
Yeah, just ignore everything above that. No. Yeah, I mean, and when it's multiple people, if it's with one person, it's easier. But when it's multiple people sharing, it's like...
Yeah, so here in this group chat, it's Christian, it's me, it's Goyo, and Austin.
Yeah.
So you got like 4 people sending memes.
Yeah. And I think I have a hard time with... And it's not memes, it's reels, I think. With reels, I see them and I'm like, because I know once I start, it's just like...
It's never ending. That's what I don't like about TikTok that I do like about... No, that's what I don't like about Instagram Reels that I do like about TikTok. So it's easier on TikTok when you're looking at a reel and you scroll down, it just takes you to the next one that was sent. On Instagram, you go down the rabbit hole. So it's all brand new stuff.
So let me ask you this, because I think with that comes a good question. Because you know how here we try to talk about like our path, you know, our journey as man, and you know, our walk in faith, and being good husbands, good parents. You know, we're not perfect. We're always trying to strive to be better. But how do you think that has an impact in men nowadays? You know, being like how easy it is to like just literally spend hours on social media. And do you think, because it's funny.
It depends how you look at it.
The other day I was asking ChatGPT, like, hey, if you were the devil, you know, like stupid questions.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how would you destroy, like, man nowadays? And one
Keep
of them...
distracted?
Yeah, distraction. And I think it's hard. Like, sometimes, to me, it took me a minute to realize, because I had to delete a couple of apps that will take a lot of my time. But it took me a lot of time to be able to realize and be like accept. Like, it hurt me because I'm like, man, like, it sucks to accept that I'm misusing my time. But once I did, it was like, all right, delete it. I don't want to spend time there. But for the longest time, and I'm talking up until like a few months ago, like recently, like it hurt my pride to be like, to accept that I was not using my time properly.
Yeah.
Like it was really hard.
It's rough.
But it made me realize, all right, I needed it, you know? Because, man, it's crazy. Like, it's easy. Like, distractions in this world, it's hard. It's making it harder for us to stay focused, right?
Yep.
For us
definitely.
as men.
I think it's hard because some people use it to drown stuff out, ¿sabes? Mm-hmm. To not hear the noise.
Yeah. It's like their drug or their alcohol. Yeah. You know how some people do drugs and do alcohol.
It's definitely hard. Like for me now, the funny joke like with him, it's like, you know, you're getting blown up with memes and stuff. It's because I'm on the toilet.
But actually, okay. So do you actually go for that long, or do you think you still in the toilet that long because you have that entertainment in front of you?
It depends.
It could be hit or miss.
You could be constipated, or you could just be done, and you're just there down the rabbit hole.
Have you tried? And I tried this the other day, and I'm like, ah! And I was out of the bathroom in like 2 minutes. Have you tried to go to the toilet?
Yeah, I've
without
done
your
it
phone?
on accident. I haven't done it purposely.
You're like, my phone.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No.
No.
Not like that. No, I've done it like on accident. Cause sometimes it's a little break, you know. So like with my wife, like our son is super active, so it's like I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
So on the scale,
it's like a little like silence, peace time before you come back out, and then you do everything else.
I don't know about that anymore. The other day, I thought the bathroom was and you start seeing little fingers from under.
Yeah.
Knocking on the door.
Omar knows how to open doors now.
Yeah. So that changes everything. Either you lock it,
Not
or you
saying
just
I
hear 'em
don't lock
outside,
it,
you know?
but
like,
it's like I didn't have to, because then in our house it's only me and my wife and my son.
yeah.
So it's like, cool. My wife knows I'm in the bathroom. I don't have to lock it. And the next thing you know, I hear it open, and then I see little feet stomping in. And I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, no, but I think it is changing. But the other day I was having this, not conversation, I can't remember what it was. It was like a meme or a post that one of the people in my network, Mike, you're the real man. I love talking to this guy. He keeps things real. And it was a post about like how today's society, it has really like, I can't remember what it was, but it was like almost like society nowadays is different than how it used to be. That it almost helps kids to be weak, right? Like to be raised in a society that promotes weakness and all that.
Well,
and
that's how it is with everything. I mean,
well, yeah, but my approach was like, man, like that's why I'm scared to raise kids in this generation, you know, with all the things happening in the world and whatnot. And he's like, well, you should look at it as an opportunity, because if you raise your kids right, they will be like, it's an opportunity for them. They'll be different. They'll be outstanding from the rest. Like they'll be different than the group. And I'm like, man, that's such a great way to put it. You know, instead of being afraid of like, oh, I don't want. It's like, no, that creates opportunity for them to be the different ones that are like the shining and the bunch. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. Because then it'll make them stronger, and they'll be the ones that are out there pursuing the stuff that everybody else is afraid to do.
Yeah.
But not only that, and then, because adding to that piece where it's like society almost wants you to raise weak children.
What do you think that is? You think it's so that they can rely
on the enemy,
on the government?
It's a brainwashing technique.
Yeah,
that's how it is. Like I saw a meme yesterday. I guess it depends how you want to consider a meme or not. It's a reel, and it was talking about liberals saying they're not trying to shove stuff down your throat, and then it was like a montage of all the new cartoons, and everybody's like, oh, trans, oh, I'm trans, que esto, que lo otro, and it's like men kissing men, like,
yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean you're not trying to shove it down our throats? Literally every movie now, they're almost making it having to have something in there because they want to be inclusive in a way.
And I think the thing with that is, unfortunately, everything that's happening is just creating division both ways. Like, I think people are going to the extremes on both sides, and it's just creating division. Like, think about it. We used to be able to talk about things that we don't agree with. And I'm talking like maybe 20, 30 years ago. You were able to hold a conversation. I don't agree with that. And now it's like, if you don't agree,
it turns into a yelling match. You start
either
fighting.
that or like, oh, like, then you're against me. Like, if you're not with me, you're against me. It's like, no, like, can't we agree to disagree? Like, what's wrong with that?
The worst thing about that is you see it. It almost makes it feel like no topic is safe to talk about.
No, like, you really got to watch out what you say.
Yeah, because
it can hurt either side.
Because I hate now the whole conversation is with ICE, right? That's the thing, and it's like,
that's been lately.
How can you be Hispanic and support this? See, this is why if you supported Trump or if you voted for Trump, unfriend me. You're dead to me. And it's like, bro, everybody has a right to have their own opinions and vote for who they think is right. That doesn't mean you gotta shut them out and cut them off and talk shit about them.
Yeah. Yeah, Bridget was telling me that the other day because she was like, I voted for Barack Obama. She was like, I would have felt weird if somebody came to me and kind of told me that, oh, if you voted for Obama because he's black, you should die or go to hell, you know? She was like, it goes both ways. Like, it could happen either way. But, yeah, unfortunately now we live in a society that it's very, very, like, a crystal generation, I guess we can call it.
Everybody's sensitive.
And nobody's willing to give in a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's either my way or the highway. And it's like, no, man. Like, that's not how you build society. Like, it's...
That's not how you get ahead either.
No.
Right? Because you're so close-minded. Yeah. You're close-minded. And then I think the thing to make it in this world is you got to be able to adapt. Mm-hmm. And be willing to do...
Which is kind of what Mike was saying.
Yeah.
He was like, no, man, like, look at this as an opportunity, adapt to it. And I honestly, that was a mind changer for me. I was like, all right, that
because that's one of the things I talked about yesterday with a friend of mine is, hold on. No, it disappeared.
So just for you guys, if you're watching this video, see, I can see it like from the corner of my eye. Watch this video. Just crop me out. Just look at Jonathan and look at everything he's been doing throughout the show. He's been doing this, and this, and then the fake sneeze, and then you're gonna have fun with it. You're gonna have fun with the faces he's been making.
Yeah, because I got sinus stuff and it's pissing me off. No, but they were like, oh, but I'm this. And I'm like, why you want to be the victim? Why do you want to be the victim and everything? I'm like, if you stay in this victim mentality, you're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah, and that, not that it upsets me, it makes me sad when people do that, because it's like, if you only knew your potential and instead of playing the victim, like, you actually take hands on and get out of it, like, you could do so much better. Like, being victim is just never, and in general, not just in here or whatever you want to call it, like, playing victim, it never ends up well. Like, it just doesn't.
Because you stay in this dark place mentally.
Yeah.
Right? And that place never allows you to grow.
Negativity is just going to keep you there. Like, life is hard. Life is hard. We're not saying we're living, like, a perfect life. Like, life
That's how you get sunshine and rainbows. It's all about spiritual warfare when it comes back
and ultimately how you approach it.
Correct.
Right? Because you have two options. When a problem comes, the problem is there. Like, something comes your way, it's there. So you have two options. You either phase it in a positive way or you phase it in a negative way. Like,
I thought you were going somewhere else. I thought you were going to talk almost like the natural fight or flight. You either run away or you fight it the way it is.
Well, that's the thing. If you have that mindset of playing victim, your autopilot is going to take you there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, no, I'm not the problem. It's everybody else. And it's like, I think people... Nowadays,
some people that we know that keep job hopping and it's always a job.
I think people nowadays have. I like how you knew exactly who. I think people nowadays, they have a hard time acknowledging and accepting
when they're wrong.
Maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
It's not easy.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it comes down to pride. Like, pride is the thing that really.
And for men, I know that's one of the easiest things is the ego and the pride.
Yeah.
Admitting.
Yeah, and I think a question that I was going to ask you, because we started with, like, the phones and that, how hard, because I caught myself doing this the other day, from a 1 to 10, how hard is it for you to detach from your phone?
Hard.
Like, from a 1 to 10? Like, up there?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably 10? An 8, 9.
Yeah, for me, I think I'm a 9. I'm a 9, because...
it's definitely hard, and it's definitely one of the things... It's been easier the more that I talk to my wife and the more that I talk to God. Because it's like, I did want to be different, right? Why I'm here, but maybe I'm not here if I'm on my phone with my son.
Yeah.
You know?
So you might be here physically, but
mentally I'm checked out or
or
I'm
doing
somewhere-
something
yeah,
else. You're staying
exactly.
busy. Yeah.
And
that makes
sometimes
sense.
it's hard because like our job, we're always I feel like this always happens. Like right now, I'm not getting any phone calls, no texts, nothing like that. And then as soon as I'm with my son, like everybody starts hitting me up. Everybody.
Something. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I think for me it's been hard, and I'm just trying to find ways to like you said, be present in the moment.
And I think that's what one of the conversations that sucks because it's like, okay, cool. Sundays, non-negotiable family days.
Yeah.
And that's where I've been like, okay, this is my middle ground. And I've talked to my wife and my son. It's like, hey, I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm going to be super busy during the week, but just know the weekend comes and I'm going to be checked out of work as much as I can.
Yeah. I mean, and
not checked out.
I was having this
like,
conversation with Breeze. Yeah. Do you think now that the way that we work, do you still look forward to weekends like when you were working at 9 to 5?
No, because any day can be a weekend now.
Yeah. So it comes with the it's like a double-edged sword.
Yep.
But once I put it that way to my wife, because she still she was working the 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, I'm like, I know we're looking forward to the weekend, but what if we can do that any day? What if we have the flexibility where, shoot, I'm working on a Saturday or something came up on a Saturday, but guess what? I did plans so that I'm not doing anything on Tuesday, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna go to the mountain, and that, I think that changed her perspective. That it's really not about what day.
Yeah.
It's just figuring it out. But Sunday, I'm with you. Sunday for me is a non-negotiable, just because I mean, she's working part-time now. Bless you. She's working part-time. But like Sundays is like here and there.
But
maybe.
that's the thing, because sometimes even I get like non-negotiables for work are adjuster meetings with insurance, because we don't set the date.
Yeah,
they
we don't have control. Yeah.
So then, but in advance, it's like, hey, we're going to be out such and such day. So then I adjust, because then we make our own schedules, which is nice.
That's the flexibility.
So with
the
like,
beauty of it. Yeah.
Yeah, because my wife only works 4 days during the week.
Yeah.
And that's because she works longer shifts. But what's easy is, cool, she gets to work from home one day, and she's off one day in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
So it's like, cool, she spends more time with her son than I do. But if I have to work, let's say on a Saturday, or maybe have to go in on Sunday for an adjuster meeting, I'll take whatever day off she has during the week and make sure we spend it as a family.
Yeah. So that's the beauty of it, that, I mean, ultimately.
Or sometimes the days where she's off during the middle of the week, I try to jam pack that day with as much work as I can, because I'm like, okay, cool. She's with her son, someone's with them, they're spending, they're bonding together. If I get everything else done, maybe the other days where we're both working, then I can spend more time with them, because I already jam packed one day.
Yeah, I think it's different, and definitely I think that's why you hear a lot of, if anybody could do it, everybody would do it.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy.
And you have a guilt.
Yeah.
You get a guilt. You get a guilt whether, because now it's the guilt of, it's the winter and it sucks, because if you go look outside, there's zero snow, zero rain. There was a fire yesterday.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Was it yesterday?
No, the day before
2 days ago.
Yeah,
There's a fire yesterday, and I thought it was going to be another Marshall fire. Thank God that it wasn't.
I mean, the area was very populated. Very, very populated. So it is crazy to think, that it's winter and we're like, there's no snow, like it's been sunny, it's been nice.
But with winter, like, we're still slow. We haven't had a really good hailstorm, stuff like that. We've been trying to network as much as possible. And I felt guilty the other day, because I'm like, I got so used to being busy every single day, where Christian hit me up. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know what I should be doing. I'm chill. Like, I feel guilty because
like, we get double guilt. You're working too much. You're not at home.
Yeah.
Then you kind of take a step back, or it's slow, and then you feel the work guilt.
Yeah. Because then I'm like, I'm not doing anything to bring in money. Like, I don't have appointments today. What am I?
Yeah.
And then you go, I'm like, dude, remember, it's winter. And I'm like, but it doesn't feel like winter. That's the hardest part.
Yeah. No, but we've been staying busy doing other things.
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully, we continue to get calls from our networks, and we do stuff. I actually have 2 builds coming up next week, so one way or another, like
I got a build going on today.
February, and now March, like we continue to build stuff, which is good.
Crazy.
I mean, it's my first year working during the winter in this industry. That I don't know.
Last year,
if that's normal or not, but
last year it was give or take because it wasn't a heavy winter.
No,
but you did have some snow days in between. But it was nice because it's like you'd be busy, I guess, and then you'd have like 2 or 3 days in between where you have to you could use as catch up because you had to wait for snow to melt.
Okay, yeah.
Right, and then the days that you could get on roofs, you were super busy. Because that's when you had all your appointments set because you couldn't on the other days.
Yeah.
So it always felt like you were doing something.
Yeah.
And then it felt nice because it's like, cool, I'm super busy these days and I know I'm chilling these days.
Yeah.
You know, but you're always doing something. And even now, it's like, I'm working on the podcast, I'm editing a video, or I'm filming something else, or I get to expand another thing. Or like last week on Friday, I knew my wife, she was really feeling guilty and she wanted to spend time with not only me, but with her son. Mm-hmm. Like quality time. So I was like, you know what? I need a day for myself. I took Friday off. I cleaned the entire house. I bought her some flowers and I made sure that the entire house was ready so that she didn't have to cook, she didn't have to clean, she didn't have to do anything when she came home. And we had the entire weekend like free to ourselves.
That's the beauty of it because you decided to do that. You didn't have to go like, oh, I have to wait until I get out of work at 5 to do this. Like you made the decision. So, and nothing against 9 to 5. We've done it, but you
can still make it work. It's just...
we want to show the contrast, like the pros and cons for those of you who are thinking of going, whether it's a sales position or run your own business, like entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you're planning on leaving the 9 to 5. We want to show you guys as much. Like we're not just going to come and tell you the great things.
No, it sucks sometimes.
There are pros and cons, and we want to make sure we share both. The way I look at it is during the good times is really good, and during the hard times it can be really difficult. So you just got to be able to swing back and forth.
And just so you know, eventually we are going to be looking at building a team that works under us and us be able to teach and mentor them. But that's one of the things. It's like it's going to be easier for people of faith because you just have to have faith and rely on it. Because I think the hardest part about our job is your check is not always guaranteed.
No, it's never guaranteed. It's never guaranteed. Like you got to put in the work.
Because I remember when I first started, I went 3 months without seeing a check.
Yeah, for me it was 2.5 when I first started.
And I started in November, after like it was starting in winter. You couldn't do much, so it's like it was really hard. And that was one of the questions you asked me. Is like, hey, how long does it actually take you? And I'm like, just have a good cushion because of this.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I was already on my own. But let's say someone that's right out of high school, still living with their parents, they don't have that responsibility of like, oh, I have to pay a mortgage or I have to do this.
Yeah.
I think that'll be the best person to get into this industry just because of that responsibility. But that responsibility also helps you push you harder.
Yeah, because you're not just sitting waiting. You know nothing is for sure coming like bi-weekly or weekly, whatever the case is. So you got to go for it. You got to eat what you kill, like a book. But I mean, and ultimately, I was watching a video the other day. I don't know if you've seen that video of this guy. He goes around and he interviews like millionaires. He's like,
I've seen the one where they're driving like Ferraris, like, hey, amazing car, what's it worth? And then he's like, what do you do?
No, that's a different one. This one, he's literally like, ask them like, oh, like, what would you recommend to someone who's starting? Like, they ask really good questions to like millionaires.
Yeah.
And one of the questions that the other day kind of like caught my attention is, what would you tell to those who are trying to like make that leap of faith from working a 9 to 5 into entrepreneurship? And one of the advices was two. He was like, one, learn sales.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you do, if you learn sales, and sales, it doesn't mean like people have
the image. This pen.
No, like people have the image of like you're gonna be behind a counter selling stuff.
Yeah, no.
Like no, sales means like solutions for problems. Like if you can sell anything, you can make it in anywhere.
Yep.
Even if you're a business, like as a photographer, like for me, I put it in perspective.
You're
Like
selling yourself?
It truly comes down to sales. You're selling a service, you're selling an experience, whatever it is, your strategy. You have to learn how to make those sales, like how to.
And you got to invest in yourself. So like I went to a training the other day, and one of the he's like, what makes people buy from you? Number one on that list is a salesperson. You got to sell yourself. People buy from people.
Yeah.
If they don't like you, they're not going to buy from you.
Even if the product is top notch,
Yeah.
if they don't like you,
Yeah.
nah.
So one, it's the sales. I think two was the product. Three was the brand or the
Kinda like a backbone?
the company. Yeah, that puts the backbone. Fourth is the price.
Yeah.
He's like, so don't worry about your price yet. I'm like, you got to worry about being 1, 2, and 3, having.
Being personable.
Yep.
Yep. I agree. Yeah, and then that same guy, the other thing that he mentioned is if you're thinking of being an entrepreneur, and I can attest to that, I kind of did that, is don't just, like if you have a 9 to 5, don't just quit your 9 to 5 and then start from scratch. Like you gotta kind of put in double the work, like work your 9 to 5 and then spend some time building something for yourself until you're in a place that you can make that move, right?
Yep.
Now,
One of the
that's why
things-
not everyone is willing to do it, because not everyone's willing to do a 9 to 5 and then leaving work and then do more work.
Yeah. But then think about it this way. It's like, why are you working 9 to 5 to build someone else's dream?
So that's what I mean.
Yeah.
After you're
Yeah.
building something for
Yeah.
yourself, right?
Yeah.
So almost you're like, with your 9 to 5, you're funding what you're building for yourself in
Yep.
the future.
And that's ultimately what we're doing here, right? It's like even this
Well,
that
we're
we're
not
not in
9 to
the,
5
yeah, we're not 9 to 5 anymore, but we're still using this to build our future.
Yeah. Yeah.
Build
yeah.
what we actually want to do, you know. Cuz yes, we love what we do. We love the people we help. But it's not what we see ourselves doing for the rest of our lives.
And not even like in general, I don't see myself working forever. Like I want to enjoy. I
Yeah.
want to build something that is like
Me
not
too.
just for myself, like for my generations to come.
Yep.
You know,
Some generational wealth. Like for me, what I'm trying to build is rental properties. Mm-hmm. You know, have multiple assets where, and this is one thing that the guy I went to training for. It's like if you own a business and the business stops generating money when you're not working, then you're just an employee.
yeah, you're self-employed.
And that's not what I want. I want a business that no
100%.
matter if I'm there or not, it's still generating income.
Yeah.
And that's why for me, it's like, cool, I really want to invest in real estate and having rental properties and whatever it is, or developing or flipping or whatever it is, where it's like, I don't have to physically be there to make some income.
But you have to have the right people in place.
Yes.
Like that's what's huge, and that's, you mentioned that, which is huge, is if you create a business that can run without you being in it, then you've done it.
Yep.
And that just takes putting the right people in the right place and the right position, whatever that is.
Delegating.
Yeah, you need to learn how to delegate, get your hands off things, and that comes with expanding, right? But in the long term, it does pay off, you know, and it's part of it. It's a learning process. You make mistakes, and I think that's the beauty of it, you know. You make mistakes, you learn from it, you get better. If you make the same mistakes, then it's choices, really.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's hard, and sometimes it's stressful. But like
What
I
would
said,
be your advice
in what sense, or for what?
for someone that wants to make the leap from a 9 to 5 to a straight, like a sales
I
position
think
like us?
Well, I think it's hard
Because for
Not-
me, I just
like-
pulled the trigger.
going from a 9 to 5 to sales. Is literally, you cannot slowly make the transition unless the sales position allows it, where you're doing maybe part-time. I would say that,
But not a lot of people will, at least for our boss. Because Tyler was like, if you're not in it, you're going to fail.
Yeah, like you have to be
Yeah.
full on.
Yeah.
So I would say is, one, if you like look at your financial situation, like can you afford, or do you have enough money saved up to be like, I can go 6 months without a paycheck and I still have money to survive? That'll be my option number one. Option number two would be, can you do a hybrid, you know, where you're working a 9 to 5, even part-time, but you're getting some sort of like for sure income, and then do the selling at the same time. You got to sacrifice something, whether it's income or time, right? Because if you're working full-time and then do part-time, you're sacrificing your time. If you do part-time, you get the time back to do the sales, but then you're sacrificing income. So you choose whatever situation you're in, whether you have family, mortgage, whether you live with your parents, whatever that is.
I sacrificed items. I sacrificed my project car. Like everybody knows, it's like I'm a car guy. I sold my project car just so I had an extra cushion, just in case. I sold, stopped going out to eat. We stopped doing stuff just to make sure that our money was gonna last us long enough for me to see a check.
Yeah, but it's an adjustment, right?
Yeah.
I think people have a hard time thinking, "Oh no, I can't do it." It's like, no, yeah, you will. You just gotta adjust. You gotta commit. You gotta, But ultimately, I would say, if you're going into sales, whatever it is, you gotta give it time. You cannot see the results right away.
No.
Be patient with it.
Be open.
Be open. There's gonna be a learning curve. And that's why not everybody does sales. So if you don't be real to yourself, if that's not something you're willing to do, don't even get into it. And if you get into it and you realize that's not what you want, get out of it on time.
You got to be willing to do, I'd say, almost anything, right? Because that's one thing. You talked to one of our coworkers, Kevin, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he's been killing it. And then I guess you're the one that spoke to him.
Yeah, he was just like, I was like, man, you're doing great. Like, like good for you. And he's like, man, it just gets to the point that, I've been in a place where I've lost it all. He's like, now I have nothing to lose.
That rock bottom will change you.
And I was like, I told Jonathan, I'm like, well, that's great. I'm like, I don't want to hit rock bottom or be in that place to realize that. Like,
I've hit rock bottom, but not in the work wise. I've hit rock bottom in the mental, emotional wise, right? And it's a different rock bottom.
It resets you in a different way than in a professional way. And I'm like, man, that's a great way to put it. He's like, yeah, that's why I'm not afraid talking to people. Like, what's the worst they're gonna do? Say no?
Because out of nowhere, we see him, like, we've seen him get on stuff where I'm like, how did that opportunity even come up?
Yeah, and he's like, I lose nothing on trying. And it's true, and I think in the back of my head I knew that, but that kind of like reaffirmed, like, that's true. Like, what can you lose by trying? Like,
that's the thing we're learning, or we're trying to be better at, is the executing piece. This man just executes and thinks about it after.
Yeah, it's just like going for it. Yeah, I think the overthinking is sometimes what it could get me. I think I'm getting better at getting out of it, and it's just like being strategic, or like not overwhelming myself with ideas or things if I'm not doing them. Like, I want to think of something and do it, or instead of having 20 ideas, keeping myself to 10 and acting on those. Because sometimes you like great
Having
ideas.
too much can drown.
Yeah, and staying busy with ideas doesn't mean you're being successful.
How do you manage that? Because I know for me, I'm a very creative person, and ideas are constantly flying into my mind. How would you manage that?
I ask myself, it might sound, I mean, just when I got here, because as you guys know, he's now part of the VP photography team. I asked Jonathan, I'm like, hey, have you been practicing your skills with the gimbal? He's like, no, I haven't had a chance. So I think to me, so it's not just me asking you that question. I ask myself that question. Like, before I jump into something, it's like, what was the last thing that I was trying to do? Did I do it? And then it's like, no. Then I'm like, shoot, I need to be more active on the hands-on, instead of just thinking of the idea, because you can just go idea to idea to idea to idea, and when you don't take action, you don't see what actually works, or if you're getting better at it, and you just fall in this like hamster wheel of ideas. So I think, to me, is asking myself that question, like the same question that I ask you, hey, have you done this, is like, have I done this?
Yeah.
So if the answer is no, for me, it's like, okay, I need to figure out which one brings more value, and I need to act on it. Almost like setting like a deadline. I need to do this by this day before I can do something different.
Yeah.
So I think that's for me what it is. I don't know if you have something different. I guess accountability, holding myself accountable.
For me, is I just categorize what's important. You know what? I guess you could put it in like a procrastination type of way, but it's like what's coming first. You know?
So out of 10 ideas, how many do you think you execute?
Personally or like professionally?
In general.
I'd say probably like a third.
So like 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
3 or 4 out of 10. Yeah.
I was in a place where
Now it's
I was probably acting on 1 or 2 out of 20. So I was pretty bad. I was bad on... Because then I feel like when you have all these ideas...
I think the hardest part is sometimes I have some that are not finished. I start it, and then I move on to another
Same.
thing.
I'm still the same way.
Yeah.
But I think the hard one, once I realize having too many ideas and not acting on them, it also kind of sets you up for failure. Because then you feel, man, but I have these great ideas, and you don't see the result. It almost makes you feel like, man, I'm not accomplishing it. But at the same time, it's like, but you're not acting on it. So why are you going to accomplish?
Correct.
So I think holding myself accountable and being real with me. Like, sometimes it's hard and it hurts my ego to say, I've had these great ideas, but man, I haven't done shit.
Yeah.
I haven't acted on this. An idea is just an idea.
And that's the same with God.
It's hard. It's hard.
And that's the same with your walk with Christ.
Yeah.
That's the same thing, because for me, it's like, at least yesterday and today, and sometimes life happens, right? Mm-hmm. I've been waking up early, and it's like, I'll read my Bible to start my day. Because it's like, I want to give first to God, and then I'll do the rest, right? But sometimes it's just hard. Like right now, I just forgot where I was going.
And I'm the old one. Oh, no, I hate it when that happens. Where you're driving. It's like that quote from Michael Scott. He's like, sometimes I start a sentence without knowing where it's going. I'll just figure it out along the way.
Dude, I literally forgot where I was going with that.
Well, we were talking about how, like, life happens and
executing on ideas.
Yeah,
right?
But then how it applies with the walk with God.
Yeah. Because it's the same thing. It's like you can talk about praying all the time. You can talk about reading your Bible all the time. But you can talk about talking about wanting to get close to God all the time. But are you doing the things He tells us to do? Are you fasting? Are you praying? Are you reading your word? Are you meditating on it? And sometimes it's hard. And I know it's definitely been hard to meditate on the word and fast accordingly in this job.
I think for me, what was hard is the faith piece, but I think I'm over that. I think right now where I struggle the most is, I would say probably just, there are days, and I was talking to you about this the other day, is like some days just the enemy really attacks us, and it's like I wake up in this negative mindset. It's like, oh my God, here we go again. This sucks. When is the next job gonna come? When? And it's like, once I had to hold myself and stop and be like, all right, why am I feeling like this? I have no reasons to feel this way. Life is good. I'm healthy. I'm staying busy. I have jobs coming up. I have jobs that are closing. I have meetings. Like, I'm doing my part. And I'm like, and that's when it's like, I kind of snap out of it. It's like, no. Like, I have no reason to feel this way. And I think one thing that helps me a lot is starting to look at what I have and appreciate, like being appreciative. Like, I have this, like I have my kids, they're healthy, they woke up, we have food, not just material stuff, but the things that truly matter. And I think that helps me just kind of like snap out of it.
That's one of the things we spoke about at Bible study this week, right? It's like, how do you get over being envious? Like when you start feeling that little envy thing.
Yeah, because
start looking at the things that you have.
Because it's natural to feel like it's a human feeling, right?
When you look at someone and they're always on vacation, spending time with their family, and it's like, damn, I wish I could be like that. I wish I could be with my family all the time.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you see social media.
Yep.
They're with their families, but are they actually? You know? Because that's one thing somebody was saying. It was a rich guy. He's like, putting God first and, make sure you find time for your family. It's huge. Because he's like, imagine how bad and how much would it suck that you make tons of money, but you cannot take a trip because you keep yourself so busy and you put work first all the time that you can't even take your family on vacation, that you can't even be present because you're working. It's like, and that's where it goes back to that independency where we want to build something where we're not required to be in it 24/7, because then, like you said, then
What's
we're
the
just
point?
an employee.
Yeah.
We're self-employed.
Because then
with
what's the
more
point?
people.
What's the other one? It's like you're living to work and you're working to live,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And it's like, no, we don't want that. We want to build something that frees time for us. Now, does that mean we have to work our butts off right now? Hell yeah. And I think we
But
can do better.
But you're talking about maybe 5 years of grinding.
Yeah.
If that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It could
yeah.
take longer, it could take less. But it's like
5 to 7 years grinding.
solid. You're in it 100%, and then you reap the rewards afterwards.
Yeah, build a strong foundation that will bring that. Yeah, I agree. No, and yeah, so like I think, with the going back to the walking with God, I think it is hard as well. Like we can get distracted. It's hard to find that commitment, but
Is that what you're struggling with right now? Is the negative thoughts? And
I think
stuff
for
like
me,
that?
it's just those random days where it's like negative and like, shoot, why do I feel negative? Like I have no reasons to feel this way. But
what,
I'm getting better at identifying it.
Yeah.
That it's like I can snap out of it.
Yeah. Sorry, by the way, it's my nose. My biggest struggle that I've seen right now lately, I don't know if it's internal or if it's my flesh fighting against my spirit or if it's the enemy or whatever it is. But I guess you could say it's doubt, but it's, am I obeying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest thing where I'm like, am I obeying? How do I know if I'm obeying? ¿Sabes?
I think that it's a tough one because it could be, you don't know if that's something maybe God's trying to catch your attention, like, hey, you're not, like, you need to pay attention. Or it could be the enemy to plant that doubt so that you stop doing what you're doing, But I think ultimately is that relationship with God that will give you that reassurance, and maybe praying on it. And at the end of the day, I think God is the one that has those answers. And that's why even when it's hard to still seek God and have that relationship, that daily relationship, not the Sunday at church relationship, that daily, like as yourself.
Not only, and when it's good, you still have to maintain that relationship.
Yeah.
Because that's the hard, I think that's where one of the parables or one of the things Christ said, it's going to be harder for a rich man to enter heaven than it is for a poor man, right?
Yeah.
Or it's going to be easier for a camel to go through a needle than it is for a rich man to make it into heaven. Why? Because when everything is good, you stop seeking God.
And that's one of the things I think I told you that I pray to God often is like, God, don't let me lose sight on what it is. Like, don't let me change my lifestyle. If I'm doing good, don't allow me to change my lifestyle.
To remain humble.
Yeah, like keep me the same. Help me to keep the vision where it should be, because it could be easy, man, to just kind of like get off the trails and go on a different route that then is going to be harder to get back on track.
I was watching this podcast and it was nice seeing that because it was this really like super rich guy who's a follower of God, who's a follower of Christ, and who's working to convert other people. And he's a pastor, but he doesn't live off of the church. He's like, I don't have to live off the church. I started my business before I became something, and it's still running, and it causes all this. And he's like, one of the things I had to learn, and it's okay to be rich. God wants us to make money, to live life, to build something, because he asks us to build something, a generational wealth for our children, to live something for them. He's like, and I am. He's like, the difference is I know that I get what God gives to me, and it's okay for me to reap these rewards. because I give back with the blessings he gives me.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is where my tithing comes into place.
Is what are you
I
doing
give
with
him-
those blessings,
Yeah,
right?
he's like, the first fruits, I always give it back to him and back to his church. It's like, because that's what he asked us to. He's like, and that's the difference. He's like, if I came to you randomly, he's like, people think of money as a god, or they think of it in this negative way, like money is evil. He's like, but money is just a resource.
Yeah.
He's like, you're the one that puts it in this pedestal, or you're the one that puts it in this place.
Yeah.
He's like, if I came to you and I gave you a $50,000 gift, do you feel like you deserve to get it? And the people he asked, they were like, no, I wouldn't be able to accept it because I don't deserve a $50,000 gift or $50,000 like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, so if you feel that way, why would God give you that?
Exactly.
If you're going to feel like you don't deserve it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like,
No, and
what are
it's-
you doing to not deserve it? Why do you feel this way? It's like, start working towards things. And when God blesses you with them, I'm like, just give back with them.
Yeah. And so instead of be driven by the money, be driven by the purpose. You know, and then the money like comes into place. And I can tell you, I think it's easy for people to lose sight when they have money. Not everybody can handle money, and I think boxers from Mexico that come from like the hood that never had money, they lose it when they start making money because they've never seen it, and they don't see it as a resource. They see like they try, and most of them they realize that money, they could have all the money and still feel empty.
Yep.
So that's why find your purpose, and this is where seeking God is going to come into place, of for him to help you realize what your purpose is. And then the rest, if you're obedient, if you're, I'm not saying it's easy, but if you do what you're supposed to, everything starts falling into place. And
Because
you-
everybody has different purposes.
and I can tell you, like,
We have an
money-
umbrella purpose, and then we have separate purposes.
separate individuals, and I can tell you, I see money very different now. I used to be very like numbers driven, and now it's like, even if I see the numbers,
You used to be corporate?
I know
Little side joke.
I used to be very like, this is how much we need for this, this, and this, and this, and it's like thinking the numbers, and now it's like, if I focus on the purpose, the numbers just come, and it's crazy. It's, I don't know how to explain it, and I'm not saying that I don't find value in money. Like you said, it's a resource, but it's crazy when I shifted from going
Survival
after the money,
instinct?
yeah, and going after the purpose is like,
And I'm still in that transition. It's hard. It's not an easy one to get out of.
it's not.
And that's one thing, because we met with Goyo this week, a really good friend of ours, and he goes, you know, when people start chasing money, they never reach it.
Yeah, because it's never enough.
Yeah, it's never enough. You're never happy. It never satisfies you, you know?
Yeah, and when you're reaching purpose, you know, I could have $200,000 in my account and be happy because I'm fulfilling my purpose, and I can have $50,000.
Yeah.
And I'm still happy because I'm fulfilling my purpose.
Yeah.
You know, now, of course, it's different when you're talking about like being smart with the money and looking at numbers for providing.
Because that's also
completely different.
That's
you know?
also another thing. I'm like, what if God doesn't give you the riches because you can't handle it?
Exactly. Like I'm telling you, you can get lost in it.
Like, this is a story. I'm not going to say who it is, but we spoke to them, and he used to be an addict.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, if God gave me the money that I have now, back when I was an addict, I would have killed myself.
Yeah.
He's like, I would have died.
Yeah.
Out of OD somewhere. He's like, I'm glad God didn't give me the things he gave me until I was able to handle it.
And one thing that people don't like, you have to keep this very, very like in your head, is just like God gives,
He can also take.
God takes. And some people, when they don't think about that and God takes, they're not ready, and it hits them and they can lose it.
Yeah.
You know? So right now, I think that's why walking in faith is important. God can take everything away from me right now. And is it going to be hard? Yes. Is it going to hurt? Yes. But at least I know that he's not going to leave me alone. Just like in the Bible, that story where
Job?
I think it's Job, right?
Where
David? No, Job.
Job was the one where God was bragging about Job so much, and the devil said, He only loves you and he only worships you the way he does because you've given him everything.
So God gave the devil authority to take everything but
his life.
His life. And he did. And Job struggled.
Riches, took his kids,
Family.
his wife, gave him diseases. Literally, this man should have been cursing at God, like telling him, I hate you.
He did not.
He did not. He
and what happened?
Faithful. And then God was like, see, this is why he's my servant. This is why he's one of my most proud. And then God gave him everything and more.
Yep. So it is hard. I think about it and it's like, man, imagine if God takes everything away. Like, but again, it's just our flesh looking at things.
Dude, this is one of the... So I uploaded a podcast. I did a solo one, nice and easy, little story time because you were gone and we didn't have anything else. But I spoke on that piece.
Yeah.
On what would you do? Because I put it in my way, and it's a weird question that my wife and I always ask each other, and it's weird. What do we make the sacrifice that God made in giving the life of his son for us? Because that's something that's like, when you think about it, you love this person so much. Are you willing to, like, if God, the way Abraham happened in Isaac.
Yeah.
If he came and he said, hey, sacrifice your son.
Yeah, where are you willing to sacrifice? I guess that's a good question. And maybe another thing that comes with that is I see a lot of people, especially in social media or, this in particular, this phrase, which I think it's big and it's strong, but, seeing people, I'm blessed. And, staying busy, I'm blessed. Making money, I'm blessed. Staying healthy, I'm blessed. Are you willing to say that even when you don't? Like, if you don't have money,
when you don't have that stuff,
are you still blessed? That's where that comes into play. If you lose your health, are you still willing to say I'm blessed, or are you just willing to say you're blessed when things go your way?
Yep.
Right?
And that's the thing you have to ask yourself every single day.
Yeah, like even the hard, difficult things that we go through, are you still blessed about it? Have you asked yourself why you're going through it? Because it could be a consequence of something that you've done, but it could also be maybe a trial that God is putting you on so that he can reward you after.
Yep. And that's also another thing where it's like, it changes your mentality. Because you can be making and throwing a fit over something that's not even close to being important. Right? Like, nothing's going my way. Traffic, blah, blah, blah. I haven't signed a deal, this and that. I haven't, like, my parents haven't told me happy birthday. I don't know, anything, right? Where you start
anything
throwing
that you
fits
think it matters.
that you think that matters, but then it's like, you woke up today, you had food on your table.
You're healthy.
If you're stuck in traffic, you have a car.
Yeah, you have a car.
It's like there's so many things, and I'm not saying it's easy. I catch myself all the time where I'm like, "Oh, this sucks."
This is more like an advice, like to change your perspective. When you're having one of those days, think about that. And I think that's one thing that I talked about at one of the Bible studies is like in the mornings when you feel like, because I think we all have those negative days where you wake up and instantly,
or like your aunt was saying, is like, yeah, I call those my gray days.
Gray days, yeah. Like switch it, like change that feeling of like, oh shoot, here we go. I'm going to work where I'm gonna see.
Learn to identify is the first piece.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's hard, but changing it instead of having that mindset to now be like, but you know what? I have a job. I'm not waking up with the problem of like, man, I don't have a job and I don't know where I'm going to make money. Like you might not be happy, or it might be just a day where you feel like you don't feel like going to work, but you have a job. Or maybe, I don't know, what's another one?
Well, that's mine. Like I got so negative about work recently with all the stuff that's been going on. And I'm like, oh, dude, this sucks. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to the office.
Do you remember what's one thing that I told you about that?
To give it my all.
Well, I was like, use this as an opportunity.
Well, that I started like in the mornings when I would be driving and I'd be feeling those ways. I'm like, no, I'm blessed to even have this job.
Yeah.
I'm going to go drop off my son before I get to go to work. I wouldn't be able to do that if I had my 9 to 5. Mine wasn't a 9 to 5. Like, I'd be in at 5 a.m.
Yeah. No, and that's one thing, because I told him, I'm like, I get it, but I'm like, use this as an opportunity to train yourself how you're going to react to, like, when you're...
Adversity.
When adversity comes, and it's hard, but it's just like for you parents out there, this is a great one. My wife and I think you and I kind of talked about it, is like, man, sometimes we're tired because these kids, we cannot keep up with them. And it's like, but I watched a video that talked about it, and it was like, would you rather be tired being after your kids, or being tired because you're at a hospital because your kid's sick, or your kid has a disease and you have to spend like more time with them, or they need special treatment? And it's like, man, like, feeling tired because your kids are active, it's a blessing. It's actually a blessing. So, it's all perspective. Change it, identify it.
And it's hard because, like, for me, like, I'm so used to my son being active, and he's a funny little kid. He is funny. Right now, he's repeating everything you do. His favorite word is no. So he'd be going, no. And then when he's in shower time, he starts screaming with his mom. They just scream at each other. They just go, ah, ah. But then when he's sick, it looks like that little light goes away.
Yeah, you see the contrast.
He's so different. Like, he's sad. He just wants to be laying down to sleep. I'm like, dude, you barely sleep an hour a day. Like, let's go. Like, I'm so used to being like, boom,
on
boom,
the go.
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I think kids ground us. They teach us to be like, why am I in a hurry? Like, the hurry is because of us. Kids don't understand, like, urgency, the time. Like, they're just kids, and I think sometimes we need that. We need to, like, be like, all right.
Well, that's one thing God tells us too. It's like, hey, when you become like children, then you'll make it into heaven.
Yeah.
And then I've been dwelling on that. I'm like, what does he mean by that?
Because heaven is the kingdom for the kids, right? It says it in there.
I'm like, I was like, what did God mean by that? How do you become like a child?
You just need to ground yourself and slow down. And is it actually going to make a difference? Or those 10 minutes? I've caught myself in that, where my son's like, hey, can we play before we leave? And it's like, no, we got to go. And it's like, I have control of my time. Do 10, 15 minutes are actually going to make a difference? For me, probably not. But for him, it will. So I'm like, all right, let's play, son.
5 minutos más.
5 minutos. That's my son.
Yeah.
So, but he respects it. Like, I was telling Tyler, because I brought my son to the Home and Garden show last week. And I can't remember what he was doing. And I was like, but, when I tell him cinco, like, if I want to tell him, hey, we're done, or let's go, I will tell him 5 minutes before my actual. Because I know he's going to ask me, no, like, 5 more minutes. And then once he goes like, hey, 5 more minutes, I tell him, okay, I'm going to put a timer. And then once the timer goes off, he's like, okay.
Yeah.
So if, let's say I'm planning on leaving my house at 12:30. At 12:25, I tell him, hey, let's go. And he'll be like, no, 5 more minutes. And I can be like, all right. Like, I negotiate with him. No, right now. No, 5 more minutes. I'm like, all right. But 5 minutes, no more.
I'm putting a timer.
Timer. He's like, okay. And then once he hears the timer, he's like, okay, Dad, it's 5 minutes.
What do you do when he doesn't?
No, he's good at it. It's a non-negotiable.
But let's say he doesn't even tell you he wants 5 more minutes.
If then we'll go.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because then what do you do at that point? For me,
take it.
Like, it's funny. I don't do the 5 more minutes, but it's like, Omar, tú quédate ahí, and then he stays whatever he's doing, and then when I'm ready for him, I'm like, okay, vámonos, and then he comes running with his arm.
Yeah. So I think it's just, I mean, if anything, my backup plan would be, you know what? I'm gonna be a good dad today. How about 5 more minutes and then offer, and then to use it to my advantage. But no, for the most part, he's really good at that, I think. But because
what's hard about me lately? Because I think it's because our job, we're always out and about. Sometimes you just want to stay at home. My son is not a stay-at-home kid.
No?
He'll go up to the door and start knocking on it. Like, he wants to go. Like, he'll grab his jacket, he'll grab his hat. And he'll go stand by the door and try to open it. Because he knows how to open. We have to have it locked for sure all the time. Because he always tries to go out. And then he hears like, oh, vamos por café. ¿Café? And he knows he starts running towards the garage.
Well, now, right now he's excited to go out.
Yeah.
Wait until they understand and they can speak. Where it's not just cafe. It's like, I want mine too.
Yeah.
Because that's literally where we're at with Emiliano. Like,
he wants hot chocolate.
And the other day I told Breezy I had a meeting at Starbucks for the photography business. I think it was Saturday. And I was like, I'm going to bring coffee for us, but just for us. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, they're going to ask for it. Like, by there, she meant London. I know. But they need to learn that they cannot expect this. It's, this is for us.
Yeah.
So I showed up with just 2 cups of coffee, hers and mine. And Emiliano was like, oh, where's mine? And I'm like, this is for mom and dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, but what do you mean? And I'm like, yeah. Like, whenever we get you, like, a hot chocolate, is because we allow it.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm telling you, this is just for mom and dad.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, oh, no es justo. Like, it's not fair. And I'm like, no. Like, this is for mom and dad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not negotiating this. And, like, he got it at the end. And he was like, well, can you give me a little bit of yours? And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. But he understood. Because my goal is for them not to make it an expectation. That anytime we drive by a Starbucks to get coffee for me or my wife or the 2 of us, that they have to get it.
Did you know Starbucks is going through a lawsuit right now?
Yeah.
I just found that out yesterday.
Yeah. I was at a Starbucks yesterday and I heard a lady come in and she was like, hey, how are you guys doing? Like, anything else crazy happening with your corporate? And then I was like, what? And then I Googled it.
Yeah.
For me, what's going on?
For me, I was at a local coffee shop in Loveland, a roaster. It's called Dark Heart Coffee. Mm-hmm. It's really good, actually.
Yeah.
It was my first time there, but I was meeting with a social media person about running some promotional stuff for us here in northern Colorado. And she's like, she's a country girl. And she's like, sorry, I'm a country girl. I don't like Starbucks. That's why I suggested this. I'm like, no, I love places like this.
Yeah, we like to go to local spots.
Yeah, I'm like, I love places like this because you find such cool hidden gems where it's like, now I know if I wanted to work in Loveland, I know that new spot now.
Yeah.
Where I can go and sit down, have a really good coffee or a mocha or a chai or whatever it is that I want and work comfortably. And she's like, yeah, I just hate Starbucks, especially with their big lawsuit that's going out. And I'm like, lawsuit? I'm like,
spill the tea.
I'm like, what's going on? And she goes, well, apparently they spray like a bunch of chemicals and stuff on the beans that they grind up.
Yeah.
And they're like super, super harmful, apparently. And she's like, yeah, with the amount of money that they're lawsuiting, like even if you've ever had at least one Starbucks cup, it's like $1,000 or something like that. And I'm like, nah.
Yeah, it's
like we're about to be rich because that's our go-to for when we meet.
They'll go bankrupt. No, that's I think that's one thing. I don't know if I've told you this.
I don't know. It's specifically what it was. I think it was like a chemical, right, on the beans that they were spraying.
Yeah, like and one of my uncles in Mexico, he was working in sales, but in the coffee industry. But he was more on local stuff, like coffee grown in Mexico. And he was telling me like Starbucks, like the beans that they use. So essentially this is how they have like different layers of like
they have like different grades.
Yeah, and like the way they get those is like they kind of filter them with like nets with the holes are bigger, and then they start getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. The bigger the grain, the more quality. So then, anything that doesn't go through the first layer, it's big enough, it's top notch. And then anything that falls under is less and less and less because it's of the size, right? So he was telling me like Starbucks uses bottom. They don't use anything in the middle or top. Like it's all bottom coffee grains, which is like, man, that's crazy. It's just the brand. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a brand that really sells.
But someone knows how to pivot. Someone knew how to pivot, how to use it to their advantage. And ultimately, like, that's any owner's going to do that, you know, to a certain extent. Maybe not all the time, but to a certain extent, you need to know how to play the game.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's hard to succeed.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think once it expands so much where one person doesn't have control over everything, then you kind of lose that. I think that's the expense that comes with expanding. You know,
Yeah. And I think that's what's nice about us is like at least in this part of the business, we keep each other in check. You know.
Yeah, we hold each other accountable. Yeah, and I think no matter what we do, we're still gonna continue doing that. But yeah, I think with that we can wrap it up. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I told Jonathan, I'm like, man, if you don't feel good, we can postpone. He's like, no, let's do it. But it went really good. I'm excited, and you know,
it's because for me it just sucks because it's like I have congested sinuses, and it's better than yesterday. I was sleeping and I couldn't sleep because it was just running out. It was like literally like water coming out.
That's the worst.
And it sucked because for me it feels like you can't speak, you can't think. But I was like, no, I gotta get back in the role.
Yeah.
Like we can't just let more time keep on passing by.
Yeah, because we're all cut up. The last episode being uploaded today.
Yeah.
Like now, this will be next week. So
yeah, this will be next week's, and then I'm leaving to Mexico. So it's like, all right, cool. We gotta have
we might
something.
have to take a little break, but
might take a little break. But like I did mention in yesterday's, it's like I do want to start doing a little bit of maybe some like mini vlogs, stuff like that, what we're doing day to day. So you might see some of that come out as well.
I might do a solo then while you're gone.
I that's what I did yesterday. I did a small little solo, little story time. And then I labeled it as Christian Left the Podcast.
Just the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think with that we can wrap it up, guys. We hope you enjoyed it, and
stay tuned.
Again, like Spotify, YouTube, we're working on getting better audio. You know, I told Jonathan it's gonna get to the point where we're gonna want the 3 cameras and just, you know, different angles, but
mics coming out from the side and everything. I've had a couple people reach out asking to be on the podcast, like, hey, we should collaborate, be on your podcast, you come to ours.
Yeah.
And it's like, cool. Yeah, I'm always down.
That'll be interesting to talk about. So, yeah, but
it'd be interesting to see what we even bring up, you know?
Yeah, the conversations. Yeah. Right? Because we really don't have anything scripted. I mean, just major ideas, and then we go.
Like today we sat down, he's like, what do you want to talk about? I was like, let's talk about you being a sicario over there in Mexico.
Wants to get me killed, but no, yeah. But no, I think that's going to be exciting, and, you know, bringing more people. I think we can say we're almost done with season 1. Once we get to 10 episodes, I think that'll be season 1.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that we have to stop and call it that, but to me, it feels like an achievement. You know, 10 episodes is like, heck yeah. You know?
It's definitely better than not starting, because this was an idea that was going on for a long time until I was like, you know what? I'm just buying everything.
We took action on it. We didn't just kept it as an idea. We're doing it. Did it suck the first episodes? Heck yes. Yeah. I mean, you saw the audio.
Editing sucked the first time. Now it's easy because it's like, cool, I know where to go for stuff. Now it's just playing on how to download it to have the best quality on actual YouTube.
Yeah, because you did see what I was talking about on the first 2.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I know that camera records really well.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? But it is what it is. But part of the process. It's getting better from what I can see.
So,
but
stay tuned.
Yeah, with that,
hit over here to subscribe to the channel, and hit somewhere here in the top or bottom to check out one of the other videos that is going to be uploaded.
But yeah, we're still the Legacy Table without
the table,
and we are
the
Jonathan.
brothers. Oh,
we're Jonathan
and Christian,
and we're the brothers
in roofing.
Stay tuned. Thank you guys.